Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and a warm welcome if you're new, honey. So today we are going to continue the saga on Shane Tamura. And for those who don't know, that is the Manhattan shooter who took the lives of multiple people. One is actually in critical condition as we speak. But a lot of information has come out about him, including his suicide notes, him having a gun permit but being mentally ill, and his old coach even came out and gave his 2 cents. So if you're ready to get into this crazy story, just stay tuned. 27-year-old Shane Tamura lived with his parents in Las Vegas, Nevada. Due to this crazy situation, of course, police officers have obtained a search warrant for his house in Las Vegas, and they're just going to see if they can find any clues or any additional pieces of evidence. Him driving all the way from Nevada to New York is absolutely crazy, especially the fact that he didn't even stop to think not one time, hey, this might not be a good idea. Maybe I shouldn't go through with this. No, he drove all the way there and actually committed the act that he planned on committing. And not to mention, guys, he was targeting a specific place. It was actually the NFL office. He wrote suicide notes and left them. And when read, you can see that he's indicating that he has CTE and he's blaming NFL for it. However, it came out that the mayor said he's never been to the NFL. Let's go ahead and read those. Terry Long. Football gave me CTE and it caused me to drink a gallon of antifreeze. You can't go against the NFL, they'll crush you. Anyway, let's move on. CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy. Study my brain, please. I'm sorry. Tell blank I'm sorry for everything. Computer password blank. CTE research. So by the looks of these notes, especially this one, it seems like this was definitely the entire plan, was to unalive himself and have his brain be used and researched because he strongly believes he has CTE. Despite the fact that it came out that he's never been to the NFL. So the mayor decided to speak against this and just kind of explain a little bit more about what happened. So let's go ahead and watch that.
He alluded to having CTE from playing in the NFL. He never played in the NFL, and he alluded to the CTE being the reason for his illness. It appears as though he was going after the employees at the NFL. The building 345 housed the NFL's company there as well.
It's very clear that this man had a lot of issues because accusing the NFL for you being responsible for having CTE when you've never been to the NFL is absolutely crazy. I don't even know how you could come to that conclusion with no other reason but mental illness, to be honest. But not only that, I'm not sure how anybody around him never noticed that something was off, because the people who did know him from his past actually had nothing but good things to say about him. And his coach decided to make a statement as well. His previous coach, Walter Roby, decided to make a statement to NBC News. And he said he came in, worked hard, and kept his nose down. He was a quiet kid, well-mannered, and very coachable. Whatever needed to be done, he would do. And just to show a testament to his quote-unquote well-mannered behavior, I have a video of him back when he was playing football in high school. So let's watch that.
Come through. We definitely had to stay disciplined. We were down 10-0. We definitely had to stay disciplined. Our coach kept saying, don't hold your heads down, don't hold your heads down. We just had to stay disciplined and come together as a team.
This is a video that was posted to YouTube by Daily News Prep Sports 9 years ago. It has since gone viral because it shows Tamura after a game while he was playing high school football in the Los Angeles area.
So did Shane play football? Yes. But did he play for the NFL? No. It's clear to me that not only does he have mental issues, but I believe something traumatic happened to him between the time he was in high school and now. Either that or maybe there's a family history of mental illness. I don't know. Speaking of family, this video has been swirling online because someone found it on his relative's Facebook page. And a lot of people are believing with the name tags, it looks like he might be at some family reunion or something of that nature. So he has people around him by the looks of it, because you never know what's going on behind closed doors. So I really, really want to try to understand how nobody saw anything wrong, especially with him living with his parents. Now, a lot of people were speculating online if they were going to hold the parents responsible. He's a 27-year-old man. Just because he stays with them does not mean they should automatically be held responsible. However, if he made any type of hints to doing this, if he ever expressed that he wanted to do this and they didn't take any action upon that and call anybody and try to get help for him, then yes, I do feel like they should be held somewhat responsible, because then you knew about it. Otherwise, no. But this is what I don't understand. So he had prescription drugs in his possession, in his car, in his name. He has a history of mental illness, yet and still he was able to get a gun permit. And not only that, he was able to purchase a semi-automatic rifle, which is so crazy because he has a concealed firearms permit. And I don't know what world a semi-automatic rifle is concealed. I mean, come on, we saw him walking with it. You can't conceal that thing. Come on. Some people were speculating that maybe he got those guns illegally, but no, it's been documented and it's already been put out by multiple sources that he got both of those guns legally. Some people online were just as confused as a lot of us are, and they said, how did the New York shooter with a history of mental illness obtain a gun permit and a semi-automatic rifle and a pistol? Another person said the shooter in the New York incident had a history of mental illness. He was on Zoloft, and in 2022, he had been picked up by police in Las Vegas twice for having psychotic episodes in the street. Despite that, he was able to get a concealed carry permit and a private investigator's license, and was able to legally buy all the weapons he wanted. I constantly hear Republicans using mental illness as an excuse for these things, but a mentally ill person with a recorded history of that illness can legally buy all the weapons he wants. In what world does that make sense? Number one, I do not agree with making this a political thing. Sometimes people are just crazy. And, I don't think that this should be turned into a political statement. But these are just a few things that people are saying online. Some people did get a little bit mixed up. They thought that the concealed carry permit was expired when it wasn't, but I'll explain why. So, for example, on this one, and we're not going to read the whole thing, but just so we're all on the same page, the shooter, 1, wasn't an immigrant. 2, hasn't been identified as Muslim. 3, had an expired concealed carry permit. 4, had a diagnosed mental health condition. 5, was still allowed to purchase an AR-15 style assault rifle, which isn't exactly a concealed carry style weapon. 6, wasn't a New Yorker. 7, no criminal history. 8, killed a Muslim NYPD police officer of Bangladeshi origins. 9, was not targeting BlackRock. While I agree with most of the statements that he actually made, we are going to talk about the expired concealed carry permit statement. But first, I have no idea what BlackRock is, and if anybody knows, please leave it down in the comments because I am so confused. Anyways, let's move on. Now, if we take a look at his concealed firearms permit, you can see that it was issued in 2022. A lot of people are mistaking that for the expiration date. Now, the expiration date is a little bit hard to see, and I'll zoom in here, but you can see that it actually expires in the year 2027. So this is not expired, but he actually did have something else on him that was expired. The card that was actually expired was his work card that was given to him by the Nevada Private Investigators Licensing Board. Like I said earlier, the NFL office was his primary goal, but guys, he didn't even end up officially making it to the NFL office because he took the wrong elevator bank, and that elevator doesn't even go to that floor. So I feel like there were plenty of signs for him to stop doing what he was doing, and he just bypassed all of them. But unfortunately, as he was making his way around this building, he did end up injuring someone who worked for NFL. So since one of the employees were injured, NFL decided to release a statement about the situation. The message from the commissioner states, NFL employees, as has been widely reported, a gunman committed an unspeakable act of violence in our building at 345 Park Avenue. One of our employees was seriously injured in this attack. He is currently in the hospital and in stable condition. NFL staff are at the hospital and we are supporting his family. We believe that all of our employees are otherwise safe and accounted for, and the building has nearly been cleared. We are deeply grateful to the law enforcement officers who responded to this threat quickly and decisively, and to Officer Islam, who gave his life to protect others. And for those who are wondering, he was one of the people who unfortunately got killed by the shooter. This is him right here. It's a really unfortunate situation because he actually is married. He has 2 sons already, and his wife is currently pregnant. So I know this whole situation is so devastating to her and her family, and my prayers and my well wishes definitely go out to her. In the press conference, representatives decided to discuss about, the lives that were lost, and of course that includes this police officer here. So let's go ahead and watch that.
4 innocent victims are dead. Among them is NYPD police officer Disproves Islam, 36 years old, 4 years on the job. Officer Islam was married with 2 young boys, and his wife is pregnant with their 3rd child. He's assigned to the 4-7 precinct in the Bronx. He was doing the job that we asked him to do. He put himself in harm's way. He made the ultimate sacrifice, shot in cold blood, wearing a uniform that stood for the promise that he made to this city.
Shane has no idea what he has done to the city of Manhattan. It seemed like it was so hard for her to even talk about the situation, especially regarding the police officer. You have children losing their fathers. You have people losing their lives, mothers passing away. There was even a situation where they said a woman tried to hide and take cover, and he took her life too. There was literally no rhyme or reason for it. It was just all chaos and destruction. And I feel like you really have to be a certain type of person to even think and execute something like this. Like, you have to be so full of hate. It's insane. And I feel like it is so important for people to advocate for their mental health, because something wrong with you. Like, come on now, be for real. Like, something ain't right in the water, honey. And this is just absolutely ridiculous, because the problem that he was having mentally, he then made it so many other people's problem. And you're acting like God, the judge, and the jury by taking all of these innocent people's lives. Not only that, but he put so much fear in so many different people's hearts. I mean, look at this Twitter post. It's literally showing people from inside trying to barricade the doors to make sure that the shooter doesn't get in and kill them. Upon looking at the surveillance footage, representatives decide to give a play-by-play of what happened. So let's watch that.
That individual was seen exiting the BMW alone. The building security camera footage shows the shooter enter the lobby, turn right, and immediately open fire on an NYPD officer. He then shoots a woman who took cover behind a pillar and proceeds through the lobby, spraying it with gunfire.
Whew. I just do not understand people. One thing I don't like is when someone has a problem and they try to make it everybody else's problem instead of just getting help for that problem. And I feel like that's really what happened here. Like, you had mental health issues and you could have went so many other routes. And even if you did have CTE, like, let's play devil's advocate and say that you did. Well, there are plenty of other people out there with CTE that are not out here unaliving folks. So I don't feel like that's a good excuse at all. And honestly, I don't even believe that. I do think you have issues. Do I think it's CTE? No, I don't. And I feel like if it did happen when you were in high school, which is unlikely, there would have been plenty of other signs, I think. And maybe there would have been more time for people to notice that. But anyway, guys, we have had a long video today. I know you guys like those, so I decided to put one out for you, get my research together, honey, and do my little snooping. You know how I do, okay? Now, if you made it this far, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell. That way you're notified every time I post. Also, make sure to leave a comment down below. Leave pizza if you made it to the end of the video. I really do appreciate you guys every time y'all watch my stuff. I'm so for real. But in the meantime, y'all be safe out here, because people are crazy and they're most definitely unstable, okay? Unstable, if you will. Okay, love you. Bye.